Hello, welcome to another Becoming a Modern Man. We are playing our Naya Ghostway deck once again, and this time we are playing against Burn, red-white Burn I believe, so let's get underway. So this is our opener, a little slow to be honest. Kiki in our opener is also not great, but we do potentially have the combo in terms of we can chord for Resto and then hard cast Kiki if we get our lands right, I suppose. So yeah, not the most exciting out of openers, but I was willing to run with it. Opponents on the play, second Foundry into Monastery Swiftspear, which is a little scary, particularly with our rather slow opener. Run out of Wooded Foothills, the Lava Spike, and then attack for 2 from the Swiftspear. Our opponent doesn't have another land, which really plays to our favour. Probably slows him down a little bit. Gonna fetch up Stomping Ground because we're planning to hardcast this Kiki at some point. So that's that. We're gonna play our Bop, which we draw, which is actually a fairly decent one. It also means that we can probably cast this Kiki a little bit faster, which could well be good. Another Lava Spike, and take 5 again here, which isn't good for us. So down to 8. And crack for another Stomping Ground. So we've got the triple red now, provided this Bop doesn't die. We cast Eternal Witness and just play a Temple Garden tapped, get back a because we don't really have any other decent targets really. Our opponent really doesn't have much else to do with just the one land in hand, obviously. Just have 6 cards, which is a little bit scary, but clearly doesn't have many 1-mana spells left, so just passes a turn, which is nice to see from our perspective. Draw Wall of Omens for his guys, and we can also Ghostway here and start getting some chains going on, I suppose. So really what we're looking for is actually to chord up Resto if we can. We couldn't that turns, but now we've got enough creatures to do so, so I suppose next turn we might be looking at getting that Resto in. Attacks, Wall of Omens, he goes for an Eidolon. I'm going to Ghostway in response so we don't take 2 damage from the Eidolon's ability. Honestly, after that we only really want to be casting Kiki and Resto, well, chord for Resto, so I'm not too concerned about the Eidolon, but might as well draw an extra card here for what it's worth. We draw a Restoration Angel anyway, so there's that. It's going to block the Eidolon and the wall, block with the Wall of Omens as well. I maybe should have just cast our Restoration Angel first, and at least we've got a little bit more extra value. I think we'll probably end up, well actually the extra value probably would be that we might have been able to kill his Swiftspear or something, but I feel like either way we're actually better off just keeping this Restoration alive, because then we can go for the combo at the end on our turn. And we're going to draw a card off this Wall of Omens regardless, so that's good. So I go for the combo here. I feel like at 7 life we're best off winning as quickly as possible. He has Shard Volley, so he's going to sack a land to get rid of the Kiki, but that does put him back down to 1 land, which fortunately for us leaves him in a difficult position. Attack for 3 rather than 6. I probably should have attacked for 6. I was just worried about potentially getting hit by another haste creature that would put us pretty low, but I think it probably would have been worth trying to finish out the game a little bit quicker. But yeah, if we knock him down to 15 here, we pass the turn. One doesn't have one, which is good. We can get to attack with Resto and pass the turn. Cast another Resto, but what I decided to do was chord up our Obstinate Baloth to gain the 4 life. I feel like that's going to be pretty good. Also, he doesn't have Skullcrack mana or anything like that, so he's not going to be able to prevent that from happening. Also, thanks to the fact we've got a lot of Ghostways and Restoration Angels in our hand, we can actually recur the Obstinate Baloth's life gain ability quite a few times potentially, so definitely think that was the right way to go. So we get the bar off, go to 11, and our opponent actually concedes. I assume he didn't draw anything, or didn't draw the land that he really wanted, but he was definitely in a very difficult position there from there on out. We have Resto and Ghostway we could have cast this turn, which means we're probably going to gain at least another 4 life this turn, as well as a lot of other things. Probably drawn about 3 more cards as well, so yeah, would have got pretty silly from here on out. We could also have actually cast Revelark and Ghostway that way to get Kiki Jiki back to get the combo going, which is also pretty sick. So yeah, a lot of ways to win from here, and yeah, we managed to stabilise despite a fairly slow start, which is pretty nice. So let's come to game 2, if we can. There we go. Let's get rid of this chat box, it's not very useful. Yeah. Take a mulligan, let's have a look at that again if we can. So, sorry about this, sometimes the replays are a bit of a pain. So what was our opener look like? Okay, so we had a plains and then a handful of stuff, but no green mana, so this bot wasn't going to be able to do anything. Definitely think that was a mulligan. Spellskite and some lands. Not the most exciting, but Spellskite seems good in this matchup. Path will also be useful, I imagine. Let's have some Goblin Guide. Pick up our revealed cards. Close the graveyards for now, I suppose. So Ghostway on the top, which isn't very exciting with the unfortunately. He plays a Swift Spear and attacks. I didn't particularly want to pass his Goblin Guide. I suppose I could have done, but given that I was going to play Spellskite, which is a fairly good way to neutralise the Goblin Guide, I didn't bother. But maybe that was a mistake. Another Spellskite on top. He lightning bolts directly at the Spellskite. I always think that's the wrong. You should target the opponent, then they have to take 2 to redirect it at the Spellskite, which I probably would have done given the circumstances. It does kill my Spellskite, but I've got Eternal Witness to potentially get it back. And, as it turns out, I have another one coming, so... He attacks, gonna block. Lightning Bolt, gonna redirect to Spellskite, which I feel is what he should this time. Eternal Witness getting back at Spellskite, we can keep a path this time. But we are down to 9, which is pretty painful. He has Searing Blades, which isn't too nice. I'm going to attack. I'm going to pass the Swift Spear. Represents potentially more damage. Also the Goblin Guide has the advantage of it actually potentially drawing its cards. And is less good against this Spellskite that we've got. So we play Borth, we play Spellskite. Unfortunately he just has the Boris Charm and that is end at the end. Definitely not in a good position. Ghostway doesn't do anything at this point, and we would have had to draw pretty well to get out of that situation. But yeah, didn't go quite as we planned. Drawing 2 Spellskites against burn should have been pretty good. Maybe I should have been more aggressive with my path and my removal in general, I suppose. And maybe taking a few more chances with my lands. I think I put them a lot of them into play tapped just because I didn't want to take the life burn. But yeah, maybe a little bit too hesitant and ended up losing too much life too quickly. So didn't work out as well as planned, unfortunately. Let's go on to game 3. It's not particularly useful. We might take a mulligan here as well. Okay, didn't see that, sorry. Frustrating. Right. Let's see if we can get this up to go. Okay, so our opener is a 1-lander. Decent cards, but unfortunately we're on the play, so I can't really risk it. Otherwise it would have been fairly good. We could have done double Wall of Omens into Kitchen Finks, which gains us life, and then, yeah, would have been a sweet hand. I just don't think we can risk not drawing a second land there. So we end up with this hand, which is considerably less good. I think I ran with it, but I might have been better off mulling to 5, to be honest. I just don't particularly like mulling to 5. Maybe we should have ran with the first hand, because it would have been really sweet if it came together. For a Wall of Omens, which is actually a really good draw here. Can be able to see off this Goblin Guide. Sorry, we're not showing the revealed cards. To reveal another Wall of Omens on the top, which, again, pretty nice. 14. The Wall of Omens draws to the Ghostway. And a Path. Eternal Witness. Getting back Windswept Heath, I believe, yep. Which hopefully can trade with his Goblin Guide if possible. For 11 though. Played another Wall of Omens, and now we can potentially Ghostway, drawing 3 cards, which is pretty sweet. Again, our opponent's actually only on 1 land as well, which certainly plays to our favour. Gonna Ghostway here. I'm gonna take 1 pain, patching up the plains, but I think it's well worth it to try and draw. So draw 3 cards off the Wall of Omens and get back our Ghostway as well. So 4 cards in total back into the hand, which is very nice. Fortunately, we draw like mostly lands. We do get a Restoration Angel on our actual draw step, but it's a little underwhelming. That has Bolt to take us down to turn. I'm going to Ghostway here to try and draw some more cards. Playing Restos is good, but drawing 3 cards seems a lot better, so definitely think we want to be. Fortunately, our opponent has the lethal Boros Charm, and there's not really a whole lot we could have done about that with the cards we drew. So that's a real shame, to be honest. I think this is a good matchup for us in general, or it should be. Wall of Omens seems really good. Kitchen Finks is obviously good with the life gain, etc. Obstinate Baloth as well. A card you can search up to gain you a considerable amount of life, and then potentially blink, etc. And we've got Recurable Paths, etc. As well as Spellskite in board and various other cards that could be good in this matchup. But unfortunately we just got overpowered here, which probably says a bit more about the strength of Burn in this current age than it does about the quality of our deck, I feel. But yeah, maybe this matchup needs to be shored up just that little bit, but I think in general it should be a good matchup for us. I think we just didn't quite make it. Hyper-aggressive decks, I suppose, are a little bit difficult for us because we are a little bit passive, but yeah, I felt a little unfortunate to lose out here, and I think maybe if we'd drawn something a little bit better off the 3 cards we'd drawn with the Ghostway, that maybe we wouldn't have lost out on this game. So yeah, maybe a little more experience, slightly better hands, then we could have actually won this one out. I feel like it should be a good matchup.